In the way too early predictions, how does Utah fare, and how do we think they'll do in the Big 12?
Let's talk a little bit about the Utes. For those of you who haven't heard, so this came out on the Joel Klatt show this week, that not only does he pick the Utes to rank 8th to start the 2024 season, but he also has them as the odds-on favorite to win the Big 12 conference. And this is a quote directly from that. Cam Rising is going to be in his 7th season in college football. Won the Pac-12 each of his last 2 healthy seasons. You think this is not going to be a good team? This is going to be an excellent team. Give me your thoughts on that. What do you think about those statements, and what do you think about where he thinks that the Utes are going to, first of all, start off this year as far as ranking 8th, and also what you think as far as them having the potential to win the Big 12?
Yeah, I mean, if you go ahead and listen to the actual podcast, I mean, he goes on to say that this Utes team could be ranked much higher than 8th. I mean, he debated putting them higher than that in his obviously way too early preseason rankings.
Mm-hmm.
This Utes team is going to be really good. And obviously all of this is assuming everyone's healthy and playing, right? That was obviously the huge outlier last year.
Yeah, that's but you have to, that's all you can base your prediction off of, right?
Yep. So I mean, my opinion is Utah is undoubtedly a top 15 team to start this year in AP rankings, no matter what. I mean, if anybody ranked them lower than that, it would be an absolute insult. With this quarterback specifically, won 2 Pac-12 championships back to back. This team was absolutely rolling. They get back Brant Keithy. He was the key part of a lot of those of both of those back-to-back wins. They're returning Mekhi Bernard, who, he came back for, that one game for the Las Vegas Bowl, and they're still going to have back Junior Tafuna, who's, I mean, a preseason all-conference defensive tackle. Zamiah Vaughn's coming back in the secondary. This team is coming back. They kind of kept together their core, which was really, really important for them to continue to be successful. And I think kind of the hidden factor of this is, I don't know if Big 12 teams know what it's like to play Utah. I mean, Baylor's the only one that's played them, and they're going to play them. And obviously they're a Big 12 team, but they played them in, theirs is a non-conference game this year, but it's a big physical football team. Dominates the line of scrimmage. That continues to go hard every single play. The defense is stout. And with Cam Rising at the quarterback position, their offense can score it as fast as you can put it on. Remember, with Cam Rising, this is a team that didn't defer to the second half for the first time in like the Kyle Whittingham era ever. And they've still got some stud young players. I mean, they've got Logan Fano, who hopefully he's back. He got injured in that Oregon State game last year. He played in 5 games. On offense, I mean, you've still got Jalen Glover coming back. I think he's probably going to be splitting carries with Mekhi Bernard. And as far as running backs, I mean, you've got untapped guys. Mike Mitchell's a 4-star recruit that's on the bench. He didn't play a snap last year. And then they just added Anthony Woods from Idaho. So they've got a ton of talent at running back. Defense is always tough. They're always well coached. Morgan Scalley's done a fantastic job. Van Fillinger is going to be back. And I mean, then they just added, from the transfer portal, Kanias Vaughn. In the secondary, we did a video on this. Check it out for last week. But some of the transfer portal additions, but they brought in Cameron Calhoun from Michigan and Keenan Johnson. So they've got some guys. This team's going to be really good, Darren. I mean, this is going to be a great year to be a Utes fan. I literally cannot wait for them to get it started.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes from that podcast was, they don't have to go through the gauntlet that was the Pac-12 a year ago.
Yeah,
they're now moving into the Big 12, and they should be the preseason favorite. That's just a mic drop quote right there, I think, from Joel there. It's 100% accurate there. He's like, they're getting Cam Rising back. Keepe's coming back. The defense is always good. I have to agree with you, man.
This is going to be a much different team. Last year was your first year tuning into Utah football. Go back and watch 2022. Watch Cam Rising throw balls down the field. And every time you see him rear back and throw the ball on the field, you're excited because you're like, that guy's got a chance.
Yeah, they got some double-digit wins and some of the best talent the Pac-12 had over the last 2 years during that time. So some detractors will say the second Pac-12 championship basically just kind of fell in their lap, but they did have to do everything to get there.
Still had to win.
They still had to win. It still had to win. Yeah, just because everything happened to happen off the field for them to win. To get in the position, they still had to win the game, and they did, So I'm looking forward to it. I'll take conference championships over a bowl game win any day, but not this one, not this year.
Well, no, this year the Utes have their sights set on a college football playoff berth.
Exactly.
Right, Big 12 champions, which gives you an automatic berth, a first round bye in that college football playoff,
which will help the Utes because they're not going to be injury free. So
well, and then you've got to play somebody, like that next round of playoff games, someone's got to come to Salt Lake City and play.
I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a long off season. unfortunately.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to let us know in the comments down below, let us know what you think. Remember, folks, this is a podcast. It does go out as an audio-only podcast. You can find it wherever you find your podcast. It's also available on our website at dnasportsrecap.com. It's also available as a video podcast for its full episode entirely on our playlist underneath podcasts.
Yep. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like it. Make sure you smash that like button for us. Make sure you share it. Make sure you subscribe. We appreciate all the engagement. Keep commenting.
Starting in February, we are going to be live streaming this. So if you guys want to make sure that you're tuned into that, make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we drop this live stream. You guys can interact with us in the chat.
Going to be awesome.
We're going to take your questions. We're going to take your statements, and we're going to talk.
Or maybe we'll just sit here because nobody watches.
Probably true. Say hi to our parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're probably
hi,
watching.
Mom.
Exactly.